Hello and welcome to Codeavour Training Bootcamp. I'm Vivek from Codeavour team, and in this live session, we are going to know all about AI. I hope you all have registered for the Innovation Fest Codeavour 5.0 International. If not, do check out the registration video linked below in the description box. And if you have registered successfully, give me a thumbs up in the chat box. So perfect. So let's get started with today's session. In today's session, I will be introducing you guys to artificial intelligence in the PictoBlox Python interface. So that is what we are going to do. With that, let me tell you what are the topics that we are covering. I will let you know about AI and its application. Then we will be talking about what exactly face detection is. And with the help of that knowledge, we will be making a face emotion detector. That is an activity of today's session. So that is what we are going to cover in this particular session. All right. Starting with AI. So whenever I or you hear the word AI, what comes first in our mind? So you can tell me what comes first in your mind in the chat box, and I will tell you what comes in in my mind when I hear AI. So when I hear about AI, I hear future, like the futuristic machines working with us and working for us and making our task very easy. And we are getting more dependent on them for doing our task. We are letting go things and letting the computers take over. Right, they're making our job more easier. So this is something that comes up in my mind. And one more thing that comes up in my mind is Tesla, is other robots, is Corky. So these are the like things that comes up in my mind when I talk or when I hear the word AI. So let us understand what exactly AI is. So AI stands for artificial intelligence. So that is what AI or artificial intelligence, like AI full form is. So it is basically a study that helps us to understand that how exactly we can train the machine or train the computer so that we are getting maximum success rate. So let me tell you more, like let's say if you are a 5-year-old kid and your mother is teaching you or your teacher is teaching you and they are telling you that, hey, this is what we want you to learn. We want you to learn ABCD first, right? After that, you start learning how you join characters together to form a word. After that, you join words together to form a sentence. What are you doing? You are increasing the ability of yourself to maximize your success. That is what you are doing. Same thing we want to implement with the computers as well. And that particular study or that particular designing phase or that particular phase where you are, putting up all of these things, that is known as AI or artificial intelligence. What and why is it more famous? What it is and why it is more famous? It is famous because it is making our things more easier for us, because computer can do my task and I don't have to worry about it, right? Therefore, it is making our job more easier. So that is something that you need to understand, right? So basically, it is a study of intelligent agents, aka computer systems, which have the ability to analyze the environment and produce action with maximum success rate. That means, let's say if you are a computer system, I tell you that look around yourself, analyze the environment and see where you are, and then take a particular action. If you are playing a game, let's say you're playing a game, it can be Call of Duty, it can be PUBG, it can be Fortnite, it can be Valorant, it can be any game. So what do you do in that game? You analyze the environment. You analyze, okay, there is the enemy, there is a the opposite team member, and you have to win by shooting them, or you have to do something, or you have to do some task to win the game, right? That is something that you do in these kind of games. So how you are doing it? You are analyzing the environment, and then on based of that analysis, you are taking the decisions upon which you are going to get maximum success rate. So that is something that you are doing. Same thing we want the computers to do. And letting the computer or making the computer learn these things, that study is known as artificial intelligence. Right. Next paragraph says a computer is termed as intelligent if it has the ability of gathering the information, analyzing it, and making decision on based of that information to complete a task automatically without or with a little bit of human intervention. So this paragraph itself, explains itself. Reason, it is just saying that a computer system is known to be intelligent when it is already having the ability to gather the information, analyze it, and based on that make decisions without or with a little bit of human intervention. Means, let's say I have Siri or Alexa, or I have Tesla car. Let's take an example of Tesla car. If you take Tesla car somewhere where the maps are not being loaded in that particular area, or Tesla car doesn't know which area is that, Tesla car itself will analyze by gathering the information of that route and send that to its data center. And then what will happen? Data center will get an update that, okay, this new route has been added to the Tesla system or to the Tesla software or to the Tesla brain. And that is being done without any human intervention. That we can call as an intelligent computer system, or that we can call it an AI machine. So that is AI. And that is when computer can be termed as intelligent, when it has the ability to gather, analyze, make decision based on the data without a little bit or no human intervention. So that is what AI is. So let's move on to the next part. Coming to applications of artificial intelligence. So you might be wondering, what are the applications of artificial intelligence? So artificial intelligence can be seen in every field. In every field. You will be able to see it in every field. Reason being, it is making us more dependable on the machine. It is making our job easier for us, right? And it is the latest technology trend. Therefore, it is seen in every particular area. Whether it be gaming, it will be export systems, speech recognition, face recognition, it is everywhere. Now let's talk about these applications in brief. So in gaming, you see AI is in gaming. We have AR, VR gaming games. We have AR, VR gaming sets in which we have particular games which uses AI to play those games, right? Which uses intelligent computer system to play games. Recently, I was scrolling on LinkedIn and I got to know that a girl is using her own brain with to play a particular game. She's not using a joystick or a keyboard to play the game. She's using her own brain. She has connected few things with her to her head, and then she's able to control her character in the game without saying anything or without doing anything. She's just thinking that, okay, I want to move left, like thinking. And then she's able to control. She's able to play the game. That is how advancement is happening. It is happening at a very fast pace. Then export system. Export system is another example. I have iPhone in which I will be able to unlock or make any payments, online payments with my face. All my iPhone need to do is recognize my face, and if the face is recognized, then boom, Work is done. Payment is done. iPhone is unlocked, right? I can see all my passwords. So these are the things that you can do in expert systems. Then you have Touch ID also, that is there in some of the in some of the mobile phones. Then speech recognition. Again, Siri, Alexa, Google Home. Then you have more. Cortana is there. So a lot of speech recognition applications are there who are there to help you out when they will just recognize your speech, and then you will ask them a particular question and they will give you the output. So that is how the speech recognition works. Then we have face recognition. Face one example that I've already given, that is of the Face ID in iPhone or any other mobile phones. Then face recognition, one more example of that can be Snapchat. On Snapchat, you get your face recognized and then you get a face filter on your face. So that is something that I have seen and is an example of face recognition system. Then text recognition is also was very I would say came on the onset of AI. It was there. All you need to do is just scan a particular sheet containing some text, and then you will be able to recognize that particular text. You can convert it into digital form also. So that is something that you can do. A lot of people who are in COVID time periods, they use this such kind of application where they used to write their notes or things on a piece of paper, scan it, recognize that text, and make some notes virtually. So that is something that you can do. Just a quick example of that. Then intelligent robots. I don't think I have to mention about intelligent robots. It's everywhere, right? Intelligent robots are everywhere who are doing work based upon their knowledge. They gather the information and upon that knowledge they act. So that is something intelligent robots do. One best example that I can give is to you guys. That is the intelligent robot that cleans the house, right? It maps out the whole house. It checks out that this is where I have to mop, this is where the carpet is, so I just have to clean the dust here, I don't have to mop here. So that is something that it recognizes by analyzing the information, first gathering the information, then analyzing it, and based on that it acts. So that is a quick example of intelligent robots. Computer vision, once again, it is a type of application that is quite popular, was already there for quite some time, but came into, came out when we started talking more about AI. So these are few applications of AI, but of course, AI can be seen everywhere. Now, I want you also to take some time and write down examples of these applications or more where you have seen AI in work. So now just go to the chat box and type it down. All right. Let's also talk about face detection. Let's talk about what exactly face detection is. So, face detection is basically a type of action that computer system takes to capture, extract, compare, and match the face. Face detection, it can like this image that is there on the PPT, that is a face recognition system that can be seen in various mobile applications or even in mobile phones. So that is something that is there. But face detection is basically, you know, when the computer is detecting a human face. And with that detection, you can get face related data like where is your nose, where is your eyes, and where are your eyes, and then your mouth, ears, then your head. So, these kind of things. So face recognition is just basically capturing the image or capturing the face, extracting the details of that particular image or particular face that is being captured, then comparing it, and then matching it. So that is an example of the Face ID. So Face ID, how does that work? First, you scan your face, and if it is matching with your mobile phone, then it is going to, if it is matching, then of course it will unlock. If it is not matching, then it will not unlock. So that is something that is an example of face recognition system. So this is what face detection is just basically the action taken by the computer system to locate human faces and give back or give back the or take some data related to that particular face. That data can be used for other tasks of that particular project of that particular code as well. So yeah, that is something that face detection is. So I hope face detection, AI, and applications of AI is clear to all of you. If you have any doubts, of course, you can put it down in the chat box. We are here to help you out. With that, let us also talk about the activity that we are doing, that we are going to start just now. So in the previous session, I gave you a quick introduction to the Python environment of PictoBlocks application, and I hope that was clear to all of you. If you still have any doubts, of course, you can put it down in the chat box. We are here to help you out. Or you can, of course, put it down in the WhatsApp or the Telegram group. The QR codes we will be sharing soon. With that, the links of the groups are there in the description box. So yeah, in this activity, the name of this particular activity is face emotion detector. And in this particular activity, as the name says, we are going to detect the emotions of a face by capturing its face related data. That is what we are going to do. So this is just an example of what we want the code to look like, or sorry, the running of the code to look like, the execution to be look like. Whenever we are surprised, we want the Toby sprite to say that surprise. Whenever we are happy, then we want the Toby sprite to say happy. So that is something that we want to do. So, all right. Then let's get started with this particular activity. I'm going to share my picture blocks and then let's start. So this is what the picture blocks application looks like. Now all you have to do is switch to Python and click on go ahead. And yeah, it is now loaded. So as I mentioned in the first Python session, that what we want to do whenever we are programming, whether let's say in block-based or in Python-based or in any other language, first you have to understand what exactly you want to do, like plan the whole thing, plan the code, then write the code and then execute it, test it, debug it. That is what, basically my action plan looks like while I am coding. So here the action plan is basically, I want to first check if there is a face or not. If there is a face, then like let's say if face detected, then say the emotion. If face not detected, then say no face detected. Basically, this is what I want to do, right? This is the first initial part of my plan. So if there is a face, then face detected. If there is no face, that means no face, then no face detected. That is what I want the topic sprite to say, right? Okay, so the first part, of course, first part will be turning on the camera. Makes a lot of sense. Turn on the camera, and then I want to analyze the face, right? After that, I want to check if the face is detected. If it is detected, then I want the Toby sprite to say the particular emotion that is there on the face. And if the face is not detected, then I want the Toby sprite to say no face detected. So that is something that I want the sprite to say, right? Okay. So what I want to do first is I want to first load the face detection extension. That is something that I want to do first, right? So let's do that first. So face detection extension is basically, you can load it in a variable called as fd equals to face detection and then brackets. That is what I want to do. Now, all of the face detection extension functions are in FD. So now I don't need to write face detection dot this. I just need to write FD dot this, a particular function name. Okay, now let's write a function that is there in the face detection extension to turn on the video, right? It's very simple function, FD dot video, where you have to give two parameters. The first parameter will be on or off or on flipped the camera, to turn on the camera, to turn off the camera, or to turn on the camera flipped. Then the second parameter is for the transparency. So if you want your video to be transparent, then you can, give the transparency as well, like 0 or more, or if not, then just you can give 0, not a problem. So I want the camera to be turned on and the transparency to be 0. That is done. So with this particular function, my video will be turned on the stage over here with 0% transparency. Right. Let's grab the Toby and let's place it here so that it is not coming in between our video. Okay. After that, what I want to do, I want to enable a box, bounding box. Now, what exactly is a bounding box? So I hope you all have used camera, right? Camera application, your mobile phone. So whenever you're using camera application, whenever you turn on the camera, whenever you're clicking pictures of yourself or anyone else, camera focuses on the face. It detects the face itself. And whenever you or anyone else is moving face, there is a box that follows the face, right? To focus on that. Same thing we want over here. We want that box, and that box is called as bounding box. That is the box that we want here as well. So how to do that? You just have to type, fd dot enable box, right? So that is what I want to do. Enable the box. Okay. After that, I want to set the threshold. So basically, threshold is basically setting up the confidence level of the computer. So let's say if the confidence level is less than 40%, then I do not want it to say the detected emotion. But if it is equal to 40% or more than that, then it can say. So what we can do, fd dot set threshold set threshold, and then over here in the bracket we can write 0.4. Okay, so these are the four main parts. First of all, of course, you have to load in all the functions of face detection extension into fd variable. After that, you can use fd variable to call the video function, then enable the box, then setting the threshold. Now comes the most important part. We have to analyze the face, right? So we have to analyze the camera, analyze image from camera. That is a function that is there in the block-based coding, but we will just use fd.analyze camera. fd.analyze camera. That is what we wanted to do, right? Okay, it will be S, not Z. Yeah. After this, what I want to do, if the number of faces that is being detected, if the count is more than 0, more than 0 means that means there is a face in front of the camera. If there is a face in front of the camera, then I want the sprite to say the expression that is being detected. Else, I want the sprite to say no face detected. That is what I wanted to do. So let's do that part. If ft dot count is more than 0. Of course, remember the indentation part. You do not have to forget the indentation. Then I want the sprite to say ft dot expression. Right, it will say the detected expression. That is what I wanted to say. Else, what do I wanted to say? I just want the sprite to say no face detected. Right. And then one more thing. I don't want this to be just done once. I don't want it to just detect face emotion once. Because when I started the execution, my face emotion can be neutral. So it will just say neutral. And if I become happy, suddenly I become happy. It will not say happy because it is just detecting once. Right? So what we have to do, you have to put it down in the chat box. What do we need to do over here? Just one change. Put these lines, the lines that I've highlighted, inside of forever loop. And how do you create a forever loop? How do you create a forever loop? Come on, tell me in the chat box, everyone. How do you create a forever loop? You create a forever loop with while loop. While one. While true, I want the face annihilation to take place. And if the number of faces or if count is more than 0, then that means the face is detected. Then tell or uh, that I want the sprite to say the expression that is being detected. And if not, then I want the sprite to say no face detected. So that is something that we want to do. So now we can just simply save this project and then test it out. So save this project as face emotion detector py, and then click on this icon to save it. And done. So now let's test it out. So as you can see, the execution is there on the stage. Right now, my face expression is neutral. Now, if I become happy, it will say happy. Surprised. Angry. So this is how the face emotion detector works. So I hope you were able to understand how exactly the face emotion detector works. It is a very fun, it is a very fun act, it is a very fun activity. And I hope you all enjoyed making this in your laptops and your PC. Now let's head back to the PPT. So this is the code of the face emotion detector. Make sure that you are following all of the commands properly. Indentation is correct and there is no spelling mistake. And of course, if there is any error, do not worry. Check out the code that I have done. Check out this code that is there on the screen. And if the error still persists, of course, you can reach out to us. Now, you might be wondering how exactly you can reach out to us. All you need to do is join our WhatsApp group or Telegram group by scanning the QR code that is there in front of your screen. Or you can also click on the link in the description box below to join the Codeavour community. There you can ask your queries after the bootcamp or during the bootcamp. Or, of course, we will be posting the latest updates about Codeavour there as well. So make sure you join our Codeavour community. And of course, if you want to reach out to us directly, you can also mail us at codeavour@thestempedia.com. So thank you so much for tuning in for this session. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have learned something new. And of course, you will be implementing these new knowledge, set of knowledge that you have gained with this in this session in the Codeavour competition. So I will see you there. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.